this whole week I have been going on like YouTube documentary deep dives, right? About Antarctica. It is the coldest place on the planet. It does hold a record for the lowest temperature ever recorded on Earth, which is negative 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit. To be honest, I've never even been in negative temperatures. I've been in like 20 degrees. I think maybe the lowest temperature I've actually ever felt, I was in Colorado for a wedding in winter, like in January at one point, I think it was. And it was maybe like 13, 19 degrees. I've never felt anything less than that. Girl, I don't know. That's like actually insane. One thing that I did not know about Antarctica was that it is a desert. Okay. Which is like, huh? What do you mean it's a desert? It's actually the largest desert on the planet. It's technically classified as a desert because it receives like very little rainfall because of how cold the air is. Like it doesn't rain that often. But then it's like, well, then how is it like covered in ice, right? How does that like work? Basically, because of how cold it is, when it does rain and then snow technically, right? And then the snow hardens and becomes ice and it just like never melts because of how like it doesn't get warm enough for it to ever melt, ever. The ice sheet is on average over a mile thick. Huh? That's actually insane. It contains 70% of the world's fresh water, which is crazy. There's actually like a bunch of lakes underneath, like frozen lakes underneath the ice sheet, which is crazy. And it contains 90% of the world's ice. It's said that if it were to melt, which is like, no, don't melt, don't do that, don't do that. If it were to melt, like all of the ice, global sea levels would rise by 200 feet. That's like 60 meters for those of you that are in the meter gang, right? It's not like owned by any one country. There's actually kind of like a global claim to it. It is the 5th largest continent on the planet, right above Europe, which is freaking insane. I think that's like below South America and above Europe, like larger than Europe. That's crazy. Okay, this is the craziest fact to me. So their winter is between the months of like March and October, essentially, like roughly, okay? For their winter, for all of those months, it's literally like complete darkness. Complete 24-hour darkness.